My name is Shawn. I'm the owner of Desert Viper Capital LLC and a founder of TeamLetsEatFx. This week we'll be going over some pairs that we're looking at, some pairs that we're actually already in from last week, since we do a lot of swing trades. And let's get to it. Hope everyone enjoys. Right now we're going to start with gold. We're in a buy. We took a buy last week, 260 pips. We hit TP, and we got into his second trade once price came back and retested the 1950 level. Since then, as you see, price was sideways most of last week, especially towards the end since we had the holiday, and all of a sudden it broke out of our resistance 4-hour level. We had a support right here. Now we have a resistance. Rejected, came back down the structure, and finally broke out. What we were waiting on was for price to pull back down to this level before it took off for us this morning, but it seems like it had other plans. We do have another structure level right around the 1989 area that, if you can see, it broke out already for us. This right here is going to be TP9 for this second trade. And yeah, we have a bunch of TPs. Right here we had a 750 pip stop loss with a 1230 pip take profit. Roughly 1 to 16. We're about to hit TP9 right here, as you can tell. Price hasn't not retraced like we expected it to. So what we might actually see on this aspect, since it's rallying some more, is price break above, come back down, retest 1989, and continue. We're looking for this all-time high of 2100 on gold. Even though the dollar index is strong, with the war and everything else, with fundamentals, is making gold really strong. So that's what we're looking at on gold. We're looking at to continue our buy into the 27.5 area, and eventually, of course, this is going to take a little while, but retracements and re-entries so we can get in. USD/JPY is continually going up. We have this area that we could have entered in. Our next structure is the 130 area. 129.026 is the high, the all-time high for USD/JPY, and we're not that far from it right now, unless we see a retracement or a leg. We'll let this continue going, but this right here is literally the all-time high that it's ever been. So we'll pay attention, we'll watch it. We should get a small retracement and then another rally and see if it breaks this area. But we're going to leave this one alone for right now. USD/CHF is coming into this zone of resistance. There's nothing we can do right now for it, so we'll let that one keep going. USD/CAD. Look at it on the daily. It's all over the place. Making a downtrend. Now it's sideways. So we're doing a sideways market. We leave it alone. Now, 4-hour structure. We do have this area in this zone right here of support that it came back, touched, dropped. We might get another retest for this sell into this zone right here. So we're going to sell alert right here. We like 40 pip stop losses. By 230 pip take profit. Once price gets into this level, we'll pay attention. With clear bearish rejection, we'll get into the sell. Oh, here you go. While we're doing, just hit our TP9. Go TP9 was 400 pips. So we're 400 pips in profit on that trade. There you go. And even though it's rallying, it can still retrace back to this level. So we just got to pay attention to it. There's definitely bullish. We do have this bullish channel that it's actually into. So see, once it hits 10 and 11, if it actually retraces back down to the bottom, and if it does, it'll actually enter us at the 1980 area. So we're going to be patient on this because we do have this another level of structure right here that we can actually see. Price can come back into this zone and then retrace back down. But that's why we stay patient. And if this does not give us a sell confirmation, we just wait until it comes back up here. We have our alert set right here so we can actually know when it's time to get in. GU at the end of the week last week drained. It rallied on us Thursday. And then all of a sudden didn't come back to our level that we wanted to and just fell. And now it's continuously falling. What we want to see is we want to see another retracement to that zone before we fall. We're looking at roughly the 130-500 area. We're looking at the 190. Daily levels, where I got this marked up at, is this support level right here. Our next level will be right around here. So daily and 4-hour horizontal break and retest, very successful. We do have this area right here that price can bounce into, bounce back up, and then break. So that's what we're shooting for. That's what we're hoping for. And that's what we'll be paying attention to. This first entry will be 180 pips with a 40 pip stop loss, so 1 to 4.5 risk to reward ratio. And we will see how that plays out. But like I said, we'll be patient. We'll either have the retracement or we will have a breakout to go down. EU's been slightly messy. It's broken this area of support right here that we've seen. So this is no more good. Now we have this daily level around the 104.4 area that we'll be shooting for. If price breaks this zone of support right here, once again, daily and 4-hour support level. If it does break, we're looking to take price to this level right here. But it all depends on what price does at this zone. Once it gets to this zone, we can see another retracement to fill this imbalance right here, and then a drop, or we can see a break, retest, and then drop. So we can see this, and then a drop, or we can see a break of this zone, or retest, then a fall back down to another major support. That's what we'll be waiting on this week. See how price plays out. Right now, as you can tell, we'll go to the 2-3 hour. It's literally sideways. It's been sideways for the last 3 days. So price is moving slowly. It's the holiday. Friday was Good Friday for Easter, and today's Easter Monday. So that's what we're waiting on to see exactly how this plays out for us. Nzd Usd, we're in 2 sales right here. Price made a double top. 1, 1, 2. Spiked above, took out a lot of liquidity, dropped for us. We had this level, came back into this zone, straight drop. That was a straight drop from entry, 100 pips. Then it retraced back into our support level, dropped for us again. This one right here is an 80 pips in profit, and our first one is 138 pips in profit. Price just broke another support zone, so we'll see it come all the way down. This is what we're shooting for, this final major support. Every time it got here, it re-rallied back up. So we'll pay attention to exactly what happens once it gets to our final TP. Might be this week, probably towards the end of the week. Aud USD, this is one trade that we're in right now. 35 pip stop loss, 130 pip take profit. We're not that far from take profit. We might see a retracement up to this level for us. This level of structure. Before it falls again. Might see it come back in here. This is our trading plan for this week. On AUD USD. Real simple structure, real simple break and retest. Of horizontal 4 hour and daily zones. Downtrend, and we're sticking to it. If you look at the daily, this is our high. All we're seeing is a drop. We had our high, low, lower high, low, price went sideways a little bit right here, came back down to retest, met this, spiked above it, was really waiting for it to come back here, but once it started dropping again, we knew it was gonna fall. ADJPY, major uptrend. It's like all the JPY pairs right now. I'm waiting for it to come back into this zone of the 92,800 area. And to retest this consolidation box. A full retest of this consolidation and then a rejection with bullish momentum all the way back up to the top. Trade every single pair the same, even gold. Break and retest of the daily horizontal levels. If it does not come back to our zone, we just let it go. This is another one we're about to look at. It alerted us right here. It's rejecting some on the 1 hour. We want to see it pull back a little bit further into this area. Tap this in. As you can see, $1.7.5. Gonna bounce this all the way back to the top. GJ's been directly after this consolidation. It broke out, never retested this zone. So we have this area right here. Have this full imbalance that it has to retest. But since it's so bullish, it has made flag patterns. It has made consolidation patterns. It's accumulated, broke out, and retested some of these patterns. Breakout, correction leg, breakout, came back, retested this area. Now it's making another correction leg, broke out, and it's finally coming back to retest this horizontal area of this wick right here. As you can see, it's rejecting perfectly, and it's starting to rally back up. Get another retest like we normally do sometimes, and we will see. We will not touch price unless it rejects back into here or it confirms a break of this level right here of the 165. Once it breaks the 165, it's confirmation that we're going back up again. EU. Have some of these kind of smallish. This is a nice pullback, 135 pips. If we get another zone entry into this zone, resistance, 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 will sail back down to this support level. Once we get to the support level, we should see bullish price action to go back up. Nzd JPY. We're sitting at this support zone right here. Waiting for one more retest. Or a break above here. Gives us a nice break above this structure level. Confirm our bias. Wait for it to come into this zone and rebuy. Good 1 to 4.25 risk to reward ratio. And if we buy from here up to the top, it's 150. 35 pip stop loss. 4.29. Not a bad trade. CHF JPY is ugly, so we're just going to leave that one alone. We don't do nothing with it. We're waiting for CAD to come spike back into this area just one more time. Price has made us a perfect triangle from the bottom side, which is a continuation pattern. Broke this level, come back, retest it. Now we see this bearish, this bullish reaction to this price, this support level right here. Was resistance many times, and then it finally broke above, came back to retest, and now we're about to take off to roughly the 103,900 zone. GA is perfect. We are waiting for a 720 pip imbalance move. Price came down, major downtrend, needs a retracement before it falls again. If we look at the 4 hour to 3 hour, accumulation drop, consolidation, accumulation drop, came right here, came back to the resistance area, dropped below, finally came back to the resistance area, dropped again, hit the support, which totally made us a inverted head and shoulders pattern. We have this other level right here that we want to see a nice retest into the zone after the rally. This right here is a lot of different price movements. It's a lot of consolidation, a lot of accumulation. Yes, price is still moving up, but we want to see a full break like it's doing now, retest, and then we're going to take off. This is a 14.4% risk to reward ratio. 720 pips to fill this full imbalance. To 50 pip stop loss. EUR/AUD. Price is literally going sideways. Did not come back down to this area once it broke, so we just let it go. We do have the potential of going all the way up to the upside, rejecting back down and taking off. But at this moment, we're just going to let this one play out because it is retesting this consolidation. It is retesting the resistance area where every time it's came into this zone, it's rejected hard. So we'll see exactly what it does. But as of right now, unless it comes back in this zone to rally up, we'll just leave it alone. Once it breaks this area, we can relook at it again for the buy. Our break above resistance, tested support for the buy. Now if this breaks this zone, we will leave it alone until this area right here, the 1.453 area. If it does break down, we'll continue bearish. We are in EUR/CAD. Major downtrend, made its corrective leg as a bear flag, came down, consolidation. We saw the breakout of consolidation, spiked down on us over 100 pips, came back up. Now it's making a triangle for us. I was waiting for another retest in this area so we can get a second entry, or spike below this zone, which would be finally breakout of the triangle. Once it breaks out of the triangle, a retest to the bottom again so we can have a second entry. $30 pip stop loss, 180 pip take profit. It's a good 1 to 6 risk to reward. We're already into a 1 to 6 risk to reward with a 240 pip take profit and a 40 pip stop loss. GBP/CAD, we was going to get in here, but price just kept playing, now it's going sideways. We will watch for a break of the 164-200 area. Once we break this zone right here, we can go in for the sell. Other than that, we'll leave it alone. Adcad. We do have this area that's coming into of support, resistance, hit. Came back through, so nothing. Now it's coming right here. So what we're going to do, it is on a major downtrend on a daily. Now it's sideways. We'll see how price reacts. This is a full bearish 4-hour close. Price normally comes in halfway and then continues falling. If price does fall below this area right here, we can sell to this zone right here. Be a 1 to 6, but it's AUD CAD is a real slow pair, so it might take us a while to get there. Nzd CAD finally breaking down, sitting right here at this zone, so we'll see how it plays out. Other than that, we're gonna leave this pair alone. That's all we're looking at for this week. Hope y'all enjoyed it. Hopefully it helps.